Hey, what? I'm in sleep for 2 weeks. The hell's going on up there? I don't know. Maybe somebody got injured. Who knows? Anyway, let's get this show on the road.
All right, anyway.
Burnt. Why am I chicken? Who put me as chicken?
Burnt?
Who did that?
Burnt.
Me.
Please. I'm trying to start. Anyway. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Misfit podcast. Today we have your usual host here with Zorn, and the rest of the crew is...
Hello, my name is Burnt. I am returning after a while of break because the weather hates me.
Phoenix here, just being here, being me, doing things, doing this. I'm gonna shut up now.
And I'm Zach, so yeah, I'm back.
These get stranger and stranger every time for some reason. I don't know. Anyway, we haven't talked in a while as usual. So let's get right to it. What's new with everybody?
Man, the weekend I spent with you, like,
You make it sound sexual, first of all.
Yeah, no,
I was about to say that.
I'm getting ideas, but yeah, I spent that weekend there, and like I came back this week and I had so much crap to do. I've been so busy; it's been unreal.
I know the feeling. Like Monday, well, I got not an epic story, but like just a story of tragedy and woe and shit like that. But yeah, I'll save mine because it's gonna take a minute. But, how about you two?
Nothing much. The only thing of note I can say is that it's finally cooled down a little bit around here.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's been.
Anything of note?
Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry.
No.
Anything of note with me is the polar opposite. It's been warming up, and I've been in hell.
Well, that's what you get for us. Well, I mean, you are in Australia. I mean, that's where the British sent their, convicts. So, are you a convict, Burnt? That's the question.
No, I'm not.
He's the ancestor of
Surprisingly enough,
convicts.
although I'll be deported the moment I get to your lands, because I'll have a knife to your throat.
Well, I mean, could you hold it to Trump's throat, please? Jesus fucking Christ, that guy's on fire lately. What the hell?
Hey man, let's not talk politics. That's a bad idea.
No, I'm not talking politics. I just said Trump's a dumbass. Hey, that's the truth. That's just straight up fact. He's a dumbass.
Yeah, he wants me to kill him, and I honestly couldn't give two shits either way.
Yeah, but yeah. So just basically hot and sweaty for everybody, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. It's
Oh,
cooling off
yeah.
here. It's really nice, mild. I can open my windows and actually air out my room for the first time in days.
I can't do that. I gotta record this podcast, and my mic loves to pick up the fans, so I'm literally sweating my ass off over here.
The sacrifices you made.
Exactly, sacrifices for videos, and I need a fucking haircut at this point. I am all over the place, just trying to get videos done, trying to keep up with work and everything, spending time with Zach, making sure the house was clean. God damn, am I busy.
Same.
This is the side of a broken man laughing. I'm kidding.
I'm glad you can't pick up my fan. I have my fan behind me right now. Was that blowing directly at me? But
No, that's good. My fan blows directly on me because, having a leather back chair kind of doesn't help either. But
You guys use fans? Oh, you plebs.
okay, what do you use, Burnt?
Nothing. I sit in my room in a fucking garage with no sort of air conditioning and survive.
Right, but the other thing is you could open it to the outside. But wait a minute, the dingo would then get your baby.
no, you can't
No.
open from the outside because he has spiders hanging from the ceiling that will just fall down upon him.
Yeah, I don't actually open my garage door because of that exact reason. The other day I actually tried to, just to sort of move some stuff out from the garage, like because my mom stacks things in here, and I found about 3 redbacks, 2 whitetails, and like, it was just crazy to see how many fucking spiders were just dropping the moment I moved.
Okay,
Like, okay.
for someone who doesn't live there, what the heck is a redback? And you said whiteback?
Whitetail. I think they're
That's a deer up.
recluses or
That's a
whatever.
deer up here.
Yeah.
I think all we need to know is they are the spawns of Satan himself.
Well, you bite whitetails. If they bite you, they'll like make the bite around it rot or whatever.
Oh,
Some
so it's
I
like
think
leprosy
recluse or
almost.
whatever.
It's almost like leprosy
Yeah,
at
sort
that
of thing.
point. Oh, okay.
Like a
Yeah.
recluse.
Oof.
And
Oh yeah, that too.
redbacks, they're like think of Black Widows and then take it like down a notch with the venom.
Oh, so still kill you.
Yeah, they will kill you. A baby redback can kill a man.
Oh my god. How do people live there?
I'm sorry. The way he said that, a baby redback can kill a man. It's just like, what the fuck?
You know, you are a braver man than me, but because I would not even go near that garage, to be honest, without
Would you like me to take a picture to show you the spider webs on my ceiling right now?
Yeah, sure. But I mean, if you want to, that's up to you. I mean, I work in a place where we have like a lot of spiders and a lot of flies and things like that, and mice, just because of, you know, it's a barn and you do what you can. But flies just love to hang around hog shit.
I don't mind flies and mice. Just I don't like spiders.
Okay.
No, there are some spiders I tolerate, like the black jumping spiders in my house.
Oh,
like
those are fine though. Those aren't gonna hurt you.
They're cute. I like those.
And they kill more dangerous spiders, apparently. So yeah, leave them be. If they
Okay,
want to
fair
kill
enough.
Kill the more dangerous spiders, I will love them forever.
Yeah.
Apparently, you can just point a laser pointer near them, and they will chase the laser pointer.
So it's Spider Cat?
Pretty much.
Huh. Who knew?
Catfish.
I need to try it one day next time I see one.
Gotcha.
Spider cat.
Yeah.
Yeah. We gotta let that one drag out.
And that reminds me, like, because I used to live in a farmhouse, like, when I was a kid, and it was out in the middle of the country. Like, I used to live, like, where Zorn would be out in the middle, you know, butt F nowhere. But, and we would
Zach
have
doesn't
spiders.
swear. I swear for him.
But we would have spiders that crawl out of, the shower drain, and when you open up the curtain, like, there'd be, like, spiders in the bottom of there, and they'd scurry around, like, oh, God.
How did you know my shower, for crying out loud? Did you take a shower on Saturday? When I wasn't looking?
No, I don't think so.
No, that happens here a little bit, and it kind of weirds me out. It's like, why are you able to do that? That's not right. I'm on a well system here. There should be no way you're crawling out of a fucking drain.
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of creeps me out.
I don't really see many spiders in my house, other than the occasional black jumping spider and the tiny little basement spiders.
Nice. Speaking of drains and everything, this actually ties into my story I was going to tell early in the podcast about my week. So Monday rolls around, and every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, we do a thing called weaning pigs, where we take them from their mothers to, go off to market and things like that, and so that we can breed back the mothers, and, we do it safely and everything. However, this time, somebody left a drain open, a drain cover, and these pigs, are, about 12 to 15 pounds, and yet they fit down the drain pretty damn good. So, yeah, luckily, they didn't go far. They just ended up underneath us, basically, in a giant pit. So what do you want to call it? About 3 of us had to go down there and wade through, I would say, like, shin-high wet manure, in a space about, like, up to my waist, so about 3 feet tall, so you're bent over and you're basically swimming in it, to rescue 12 pigs.
Sounds like a pretty crappy day.
Oh, man.
Put a sound effect in there.
I am so glad we are not on a real podcast right now, because the look I am giving you, I would literally go over there and slap you for that goddamn comment. That's my line. You took it from me, you son of a bitch. I was gonna say that.
If looks can kill, I'd be a dead man right now.
Oh, you'd be so dead and 10 feet under.
I guess that was pretty shitty of him.
Peter,
kill me now, please.
And people, you see why I drink.
I wish to die.
Nah, I respect those puns. I was gonna make a couple of them, but yeah. So that's and that took us over an hour and some change, and it was just like, I just wanted to be done with Monday.
Yeah,
so bad, And then
I hate Mondays.
Oh man, did I feel like Garfield? It was bad. It was bad. Let me tell you.
Just get some lasagna and that'll fix you right up.
No, I got some Arby's, and actually they got a
nice.
new sandwich out. What do you want to call it? It's called a pepperoni parmesan chicken kind of deal, and it's actually
Sounds
really,
good, actually.
really good.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Chicken parmesan is so good.
Yes, but put pepperoni on that with marinara sauce on the Arby's
Nice.
sandwich with curly fries and a drink. All for
Sounds
$10.89.
just like wait, how much?
I don't know. I was making up $10.89. I think it was like $8 or so. But I
I
also
was
got the
about to
medium.
say.
I got the medium size, so that would basically be your large burnt.
Yeah,
Because in
something
America
like that.
everything's bigger.
That's also a lot cheaper than what I. There's this restaurant down here. We call it Hog's Breath, and
I suddenly definitely need to visit Australia.
it is so good. And they have like a chicken parmigiana, and the normal price for
Parmesan?
this
I
is
never
like
heard that one before.
yeah, and it is super nice. It's crumbed. It's got like flaked cheese over it with some sauce, some vegetables, and curly fries.
You just said the sandwich is chromed, like with metal?
Crumbed.
Yeah, for the
Crumbed, and it's
Oh,
not a
okay.
sandwich.
I heard
It's not a
chromed.
sandwich.
I'm sorry. I heard chromed. It's a chromed sandwich.
Everything is from in the future.
I am from the future.
Future.
Bert is secretly sending his voice back in time to future internet.
Oh
That's why
God.
his connection's so crappy.
Yeah.
That's why he's playing
Australia.
Overwatch now. They don't have it in the future. But yeah. Anyway.
I don't
so...
play Overwatch. I live it.
Yeah, true. So that was my shitty ass Monday. Hey, I got one in. That's gonna be a pun counter for sure. Yeah, and then it's just been a week for me as well. Between getting the house ready for Zach and everything else that's gone on. So I'm just tired at this point. It's like I'm holding in there, but it's just like damn. I just want to sit back and watch TV. Speaking of that, I've started watching BoJack Horseman on Netflix.
Oh, that's a good show.
Yeah,
Never heard of it.
it's very real. Let me just put it
Yeah.
that way. Yeah, it definitely it's the way South Park used to be almost. Very satirical, very like down to earth, like this is kind of bullshit with the way things go.
Yeah.
And
It's
it's just I'm sorry, go ahead, Zach.
That it gets pretty depressing. Like, what season are you on?
Sorry, I was taking a drink of Angry Orchard. Good stuff.
This
Yes.
episode brought to you by Angry Orchard.
Angry Orchard? We got Stan Lee here, his brother. Angry Orchard. I suddenly have a character.
Angry.
Hey, just move Angry there. I suddenly have a character I have to make. Fucking
Oh
YouTube.
boy, this would be great.
It's Angry Orchard, Oh
Yeah.
Jesus.
I'm Angry Orchard. I come from Scotland.
Hey. But I'm sorry. What was the question, Zach? We got off there on a tangent for a second.
What season of BoJack Horseman are you on?
Oh, I just started season 2. I'm literally on the first episode.
Okay, yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's kind of like Ruby. Kind of gets depressing, doesn't it?
it does. I mean, it's already kind of depressing at first, but like it gets really, like the downward spiral is real in that show.
I could tell that. Yeah,
Yeah.
not too many ups. But yeah, it just it fit the mood for this weekend. I've heard numerous people talk about it and feel like it's one of those. It's kind of like what do you want to call it? Rick and Morty, where you don't really root for the the supposed antagonist. He's not necessarily a good guy.
Yeah,
Do
he's
you mean protagonist? Because you said antagonist.
Oh, I got those two mixed up, didn't I? I forgot pro and ant. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I got a drink to drink my problems away. Don't do it, kids. It's not worth it.
yeah.
I am joking. No, I just don't know. This week just it seems to be a real downer for a lot of people. You know what I mean? Like there's just so much happening.
It's just been really busy for me.
Yeah. It just I don't know if it's the weather, the time of year was just I don't know if people like everybody I've been talking with lately, you know, work here and everything. It just like seemed like people were on edge, and I've been feeling it too. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it just it makes me wonder, you know, am I missing something here? You know, is something going on I don't realize, or what's going on? I mean, going back to like the football thing, like everybody's on fucking edge of that thing, you know?
Oh God, yeah, that's a bit. Are we gonna talk about that? Or are we gonna leave?
I mean, we can talk about it. Like honestly, I say they have every right to protest. It's, you know, it's their right, and they're doing it peacefully. I mean, it's be like, you know, it's telling Rosa Parks, oh, you can't sit there right now, do it on another day. It's like, when's that other day gonna come? You know, that's the reason it's a fucking protest. You know, huh?
I haven't paid attention. I don't pay attention to sports news. I have no idea what's going on. There was just some kind of protest going on. People talk about it. I just didn't pay attention. What was it about? I don't know.
Oh, basically, it was professional football players taking the knee during the national anthem, or doing like linking hands, or doing exercises during it. So not really honoring the flag or anything like that.
No, it's unpatriotic motherfuckers.
Well,
Again, the reason they're doing it is because they don't believe in the system that is, you know, supposed to be protecting them right now, and so they don't want to honor that system, but they want to honor the old way where, you know, it was helping, or not really, I don't want to say helping them, but it was, you know, more fair per se than what is currently going on with a lot of things, especially towards, you know, certain groups, you know, and what others are getting away with.
I would like to rescind what I just said a few moments ago and say, okay, that sounds actually pretty legitimate.
Yeah, no. There's I wish I'd done more research ahead of time. There was a guy on Tumblr I saw today. He was a sportscaster. I don't know his name, and I need to find it. So, bear with me. I will go back and look for it while I'm talking. But basically, he reiterated that point, but he did it a lot more professionally than I am, because I'm just a dumb country hick who hears this shit secondhand. You know, but it was just one of those. I wanted to share this with you guys. Probably I should have done it ahead of time, but again, just the way this week is, everybody busy, everybody fucking tired.
Yeah. Well, I thought that they were protesting like police brutality and stuff like that.
That's part of it. Yeah. I gotta find it.
See, like, because I agree with their right to protest, because protesting is like a symbol of patriotism, because, you know, our nation was kind of founded on protests and revolution.
Right, and they're calling out something that's, you know.
But here's the thing. Like, I don't really approve of the method. Like, sitting out in the national anthem, I don't think is the best way to achieve, you know, their goal. I think they should rather like donate to like police precincts to get like body cameras, because that's actually doing something. I mean, if you just like sit out there or whatever.
Right, but then the problem becomes, are the police actually going to adhere to that? Because there have been numerous instances where the police have either covered the body cameras, they still have them on them, but they've covered them with like pieces of cloth or anything like that, or shut them off entirely.
Well, I think at least it's like a step in the right direction, you know. At least, you know, if they turn them off, they can still be held accountable. But, you know, then Trump fires back and he's like, they should be fired or whatever, and I'm like, the smarter action would have been said, like, whatever money you donate, I'll match. Like, because then he looks good, and it makes the NFL players actually do something.
Right, but here's the thing. You think Trump's going to do that? Remember my earlier statement about Trump being a fucking dumbass?
Yeah, that would have been great. I would have loved to see that. It's like, the things turn back on the players now. It's like, step up.
Yeah, but unfortunately, that's not how it goes right now, unfortunately. But I found the guy. His name is Dale Hansen. He's a Dallas sportscaster. And this is what I read, and it kind of shedded light on what was going on. So I will link this article kind of deal about what's going on there in the down there's description, you know, as usual, or for the first time. But this, I feel like, you know, since you know, basically 9/11, everything in America, I mean, obviously air traffic and stuff changed, but just everything changed, like just the way we did things and everything and how people look at stuff nowadays. And, you know, obviously it changed drastically because of a drastic situation, but it's just like, this is not the America, you know, I grew up in for a number of years of my life. Or maybe I was just young, naive, and stupid, and this is the way it's always been, you know?
I think it definitely changed after 9/11.
I think the problem came with people decided they'd rather be safe than free. So people decided to give up some freedom for safety.
Yeah.
And there's an old saying, I forget who said it, so we can look it up real quick, that those who trade freedom for safety deserve neither and shall lose both. Well, I paraphrase, but I should look it up.
Yeah. I think that's like Benjamin Franklin that said that.
I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah, but yeah. So I mean that happened. You know, Trump fires back. Everybody, you know, goes ape shit and crazy, and it's just like this goes back to our, you know, earlier conversation on another podcast about Rule 36 of the internet. There will always be more drama than intended.
Oh,
I found the quote. It was Benjamin Franklin.
Oh, nice.
It was
Good job, Zach.
yeah.
It was. The correct quote was, "Those who would give up essential liberty to purchase a little temporary safety deserve neither liberty nor safety."
Damn. He was ahead of his time.
Savage.
Or actually, no, he was right on time because he was around the Revolutionary War. So I did get that war right. Yeah.
That's pretty much 100% what we did with the Patriot Act. We wanted more safety, so we gave up liberty.
Yep.
I don't know the Liberty Act per se off the top of my head, so I can't
Patriot
agree.
Act, though.
Isn't there wiretapping?
Yeah, basically let the government basically start spying us more easily.
Oh.
Among other things.
I mean, the thing is, if you don't, you know, it's like if you don't allow the cameras, they're just gonna put them there and then not tell you, and then you're gonna get caught with shit. So like, at least they're telling you like, hey, we want to, you know, we're gonna do this, you know.
Yeah, well, I mean, the only reason they tell us is because Snowden exposed them, and now they gotta.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Like, if I was the president, I guarantee either I will usher America into a new golden age or destroy us all. There is no in between.
so you won't be like just, you know, one of those presidents you don't really remember that well, like Andrew Garfield. Like, what the hell did he do?
Either I will be.
Was he the one that got stuck in the tub, or was that Taft?
That's Taft.
Okay, Taft was the fat one.
Taft.
Can you pretty much say about yourselves? If you became president, either you would do great or destroy us.
If I became president, this country would be in a shithole because I am dumb as a fucking bunch of rocks. Other than that, everybody would be a farmer. I don't know. Like, seriously, I have no interest, number one, in political stuff at all, even though I seem to bring it up a lot, but that's also just directing the podcast and shit and, you know, issues that are going on. But just like the actual know-how of politics, I'm not our good friend that knows, you know, is actually studying it there. You know, she could tell you, right, you know, laws and everything up and down and left and right across, you know, America. And, you know, she's from England. You know, I don't know shit, and I live here.
That was the irony.
Yeah, it's like I can tell you, you know, straight up and down what I believe in right is wrong. Wow, I'm not that drunk, I swear. I can tell you what I believe is right and wrong. Doesn't necessarily mean that, you know, it's actually right and wrong. You know, it's just what I perceive that as.
Mm-hmm.
You know, which, you know, obviously you guys might not see that, the world might not see it, but, you know, in my mind, that's what I do. I'm not saying that, you know, people perceiving certain things are, you know, right in their beliefs, you know, but at the same time, I'm not saying that they're wrong either. There are some things out there that are inherently wrong just in the way society works.
Yep.
Dang, this podcast is getting pretty deep.
You know what? We need a deep podcast this week. We need to sit back. We need to talk about existential stuff. So this is the Existential Podcast. I now have a title. I now have a title.
It's deep.
I never really cared to talk about politics with people.
I mean, Zorn was wasting manure, so we're pretty deep already.
Yeah.
We deep in this shit, boy. We deep in this shit.
Yep. I don't really like talking about politics with you guys that much, but if you want to, you can. I don't like to because I don't want people to start hating me because you suddenly realize I'm something contrary to your own beliefs.
No, that's
How
the thing. We
dare
don't
you,
have to talk about
how dare
politics. I was just talking about like society in general. I mean, it's just one of those where I try to see both sides of the story and try to gather as much information as I can. And there's just sometimes where, you know, one side is more posted than another per se. You know what I mean? On certain types of platforms, like you know, CNN versus Fox News. You know, Fox is always going to lean towards, you know, is very Republican or on the very, what is it, right? Right. They're very right winged, whereas, you know, CNN's very left wing, and so they're going to report the news that they believe in more so than the actual facts sometimes. However, there are some you know, channels out there that will you know, show both sides of the story. You know, what the right side is and what the left side is.
My dad likes watching what we used to get on TV, Al Jazeera News, which is kind of a global overseas news about stuff that doesn't take any sort of political stance because it's nothing that's new for America.
Well, yeah, because it's overseas.
Hmm.
I'm sure Burnt is like thrilled with this conversation.
I have no idea what's going on. I'm just listening.
Well, that's because you live in Australia, where the only thing you have to worry about is spiders, dingoes, and kangaroos.
I forgot crocodiles, snakes. No, you said dingoes. Crocodiles, snakes, alligators.
Those kangaroos would
Yeah,
collapse.
jellyfish.
Jellyfish. I heard the jellyfish. Yeah. Sharks. Just
Yeah,
the
sharks
sun in
are-
general. The landscape.
Don't forget those giant evil birds, where they're cassowaries. They declared war on that one time.
Yeah, emus.
Oh, it was emus.
Oh, those emu.
The
And
Great Emu War.
I am a dumbass here again, and I know a lot about animals, but I had something recently brought up to me that made me wonder: are ostriches? I know are in Africa, but are they in Australia as well, or no? Or is that just the emu?
I believe they aren't, just because, like, I'm honestly unsure. To be honest,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
because I've heard that from people who don't really know all that much about animals, but they say like, "Oh yeah, they're the same thing." It's like they're not, but they
No.
certainly feel like they could be.
No, ostriches are
'Cause
way
they're-
bigger.
Yeah, there's the New Zealand cassowary, which is a tiny fucking bird.
But that thing will fuck you up.
Yeah, that thing will kill you.
Yeah.
They lay huge eggs as well.
Right, but
And
not
then
as big
there's
as an ostrich.
Yeah, then there's the emu, which we have in Australia. They are fast as hell. They will kick you, and
Kill you.
you'll probably get some sort of they'll try and kill you, as you've
So-
seen in the wall.
So Sesame Street lied to us. Big Bird is actually a piece of shit, and will try to kill you.
Sorry.
Big Bird is a big bird, and if he gets close to you, he'll probably try and kick you and impale you.
I'm picturing like Sesame Street Big Bird doing like a kung fu kick, like coming at you, and all of a sudden, like, you know, just bad kung fu action movie claws just come out of the bottom of the fucking toenails.
We found out why Elmo's red.
Hello, don't kill me. Oh god. Speaking of ostrich and stuff, have you guys actually ever like had ostrich, like an ostrich burger or anything like that?
Well, I mean, if it's not here, I doubt it.
I've had, I think something weird. It was llama and alpaca.
I've
How
had
did that
kangaroo.
taste? I've never had that.
Alpaca is better than llama.
Ooh.
I was gonna say it actually tastes really good. Like I would actually eat that. Like llama's like really tough.
What meat would you compare it to in terms of just like consistency and taste per se?
Llama is like a tough steak, and alpaca is like it's like a no, it was like juicy and like like a lot more tender. Like it was like a filet mignon basically.
Okay.
But it didn't
So
taste
like what
exactly-
animal? Like beef or something or?
Yeah, it tastes. I'd say most similar to beef.
Okay. So it's the red meat kind of deal.
Yeah.
It's the other white meat. Okay. I know I've had
Oh.
kangaroo before.
Have myself muted.
Yes, you did. You might want to fix that.
I was trying to say, I was wondering if no one would listen to me.
Well, we can't listen to you when you don't have the mic on. That's the big thing.
There are ostriches in Australia. In southern Australia, and they're there because they were being farmed, and some of them went feral in the wild.
Yeah.
There's a small feral population of ostriches in southern Australia.
So
apparently.
it's like the giant pythons down in Florida.
Probably.
Probably.
Yeah, they came over here on the boat and ended up getting free. So we now have large constrictors in Florida, though maybe not anymore since Hurricane Irma went through there. But I'm sure they survived.
Dude, it's like a Sharknado. It's was it Hurricane?
The Sharknado is coming. That's the next storm at this point. Is fucking Sharknado. It will be a real thing.
Yeah. The question is, which country's gonna be a hit?
Australia.
I mean, as much as I'd love to think that'd be the case, I'm pretty sure it would scare it off.
Oh, come over here, you cunts. That's not an Australian accent.
The entire continent of Australia, I like to imagine it just like one giant trapped to a spider. Like the entire continent lifts up and there's a giant spider under it.
It's a giant. What was that? The white ones you called whitetails.
Whitetail.
Yeah. Which
lives under the continent.
I'm sorry. When you said that, when you said whitetail, all I could think of was deer because Zach and Fen know we all have white-tailed deer that live by us, and they are a fucking nuisance. So I'm just picturing like a giant ass spider running out in front of my car as I squash it.
You have a lot to watch out.
I'm actually just picturing tiny deers in your rafters.
That's certainly a lot better than my thoughts.
That's true. That actually kind of sounds cute. I'm not gonna lie.
Tiny deer, yeah.
I keep them and pet them forever, and they shall be my deer.
Oh,
That should be my squishy. He is my squishy.
Now we're just quoting old movies. Speaking of movies.
Yes.
Me and Zach, when we were hanging out, we went to go see Kingsman 2.
Oh, God.
I want to see that. I want to see the first one first. I haven't seen that one yet.
I haven't seen it either, but you can jump in and pretty much get it from there.
Yeah.
How was it?
It was really, really good.
Yeah, I would definitely recommend seeing it.
Yeah, like it was definitely from what I saw, it looked to be a lot different from the first one, per se. And they did use a lot more special effects in this one, definitely. And it at some points it kind of detracted from the actual like action of it, but overall I loved it. And I don't want to spoil it too much because you guys haven't seen it, but the Statesman. Fucking, they are badass, man. They made America look good again.
Yeah,
America!
Fuck
you
yeah.
want to buy whiskey after that, like so bad. Like, dang, we were jonesing for stiff Jack Daniels after that.
Yeah, well, not Jack Daniels. If we're gonna buy something good, we're gonna buy a better than we're gonna buy a good bottle of Jack because apparently the Statesman whiskey was like high quality stuff.
Yeah.
Though it just like it's like holy shit! If this was real, that would be awesome.
It'd be so sick. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was good. I enjoyed the movie. It was a good one. I may not necessarily buy it. May just watch it on Netflix when it comes out. But for the most part, it was a very fun movie and thoroughly enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
Very long though. It felt like it definitely felt like a very long movie. I don't know the actual runtime of it. Let me look it up. But what are your thoughts on it, Zach? With the time at least.
I liked it a lot. I've seen the first one, so to compare the two, this one has a lot more like Hollywood type action, where it's just over the top crazy. Where the other one was kind of a little bit more subdued, I think, but the first one was more subdued, and this one just kind of tries to up the action. And then the special effects, yeah, they use it more in this one, I think, but I don't think it detracted too much because they kind of blended it in pretty well, I think. But yeah, overall, it was just a great movie. I loved it.
Yeah, I mean, it's got just to get some facts on it, it's got a 50% on Rotten Tomatoes, so it's like you're either gonna like it or you're gonna hate it, pretty much. So it's like it's right in the middle there. It's got a 7.3 on IDBM or IMBD. And Zach, when I said it was long, it's 2 hours and 21 minutes. That is a long movie.
Transformers. How long was that?
Which one?
The Transformers movie we saw.
Oh, Transformers 5? Oops.
Yeah, that was even longer, I thought.
I stopped watching after 3.
That was a 5.
Yeah,
I've
it
literally
was the
seen
newest.
them all.
Trying to type here and have to move my hands away from the mic.
I'm trying to think of this.
No, Zach, that was only 2 hours and 29 minutes. It's only 8 minutes longer.
Wow.
And
That's
that one's got a
surprising.
5. Oh my god! Here's the difference between those two movies: a 5.2 out of 10 on IMDb, and then a 15% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Why do they keep making Transformers movies?
Because
Because
Michael
they-
Bay has a fucking hard-on for fucking robots in giant action scenes, but always has to put some stupid fucking humans in there instead of just giving us a goddamn robot movie, which would be so much better. Give us fucking Pacific Rim, and I cannot wait till fucking Pacific Rim 2 comes out. I am so jonesing for that movie. I love Pacific Rim 1.
It was a good
Pacific
movie,
Rim
yes.
was great.
I
I did like it.
thoroughly
Wait.
enjoyed that movie.
Wait, I have an idea. Pacific Rim versus Godzilla.
I mean, they already did that with the kaijus. That's basically what they did. I mean,
Yeah.
they basically did that
Still-
with the kaijus. It was a spin-off of Godzilla. So it and it's the same company actually. That funny enough is the same company. They did
Huh.
Pacific Rim first, and then they did the new Godzilla movie.
Which liked the new
It's
Godzilla
funny 'cause,
movie. I actually liked it.
I never saw it, so I couldn't say.
Huh.
The funny thing is, though, I did hear a funny comment about it. Apparently, the Japanese, the fact that he comes to America, they said Godzilla became Americanized because he looked fat. It's just like, oh, poor
Oh,
Godzilla,
my
he eating too
God.
many damn cheeseburgers. He become
They've seen
Americanized.
too many Americans because they've eaten too many cheeseburgers.
The other movie I didn't see was Kong Skull Island. Apparently, that was really good.
I saw that.
I
yeah,
didn't see
that was
it.
really good.
I haven't seen it.
I would
I know
recommend that
Samuel
one.
Jackson is like fucking badass in that movie and also crazy as a loon, but that's just Sam L.
No, he goes full nutso at the end. It's great.
Oh, God.
He goes ballistic.
Yeah, that's Sam L. I've seen him go from, Mace Windu calm as fuck to, angry man in store corner shooting a shotgun at a fucking cashier for money.
You know what the best thing I heard about Samuel Jackson was?
No, but you're gonna tell me, so tell me now.
Yes. That someone finally asked him if he liked anime.
Oh, I know. Actually,
And his
yes, I've seen
answer-
this.
His answer was yes, and hentai also.
Yeah.
That
And his laugh afterwards was great.
I'll tell you what, hentai kind of weirds me out just a hair sometimes, because I understand it's basically cartoon porn. Don't get me wrong, but at the same time, it's like, okay, there's so much going on here. I can't, and you actually might have a complicated story behind it, but all I can see are boobs, ass, fingering. It's like, okay, are you trying to tell a story here, or are you just trying to make me hard? It's like it gets to be complicated a little bit.
So have
Whatever you can focus on more.
Have any of you here actually ever watched a hentai with a good story?
I watched an ecchi, which is like not exactly a hentai. but
True,
it's
I've
pretty-
seen some ecchis before. Yeah, where
Ecchis
they-
are good. I actually prefer that. over-
Yeah.
A good example of ecchi was High School of the Dead, right?
I can't say I've watched that one. No,
I think a good example would be actually Monster Musume.
I have seen that one.
Lots of bare boobs, no actual sex.
Well, bare boobs, yes, but they also covered them too. You never saw really nip.
Manny
I-
Pukin show.
I
is
have
the
the
best.
uncensored
It's
DVD, so I see the nip. Like all the time, just nip everywhere.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
They uncensored that in the
uncensored
DVDs?
DVD.
Huh,
The
I just
DVD
watched it on
Blu-ray-
Crunchyroll. This episode is sponsored by
uncensored.
Crunchyroll.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, definitely. They probably censored on Crunchyroll. If you get the DVD, they're uncensored.
Huh. Weird.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the internet. Fucking. God damn it, phone. I did not need that.
Yeah, but there were children on Crunchyroll. God damn it.
Yeah, but then you just create well, you can lie on the internet.
Yeah.
They never make anything simple. That's why there's
No.
Tumblr.
I mean, obviously, I could probably guess like maybe 100. I will gladly say 4 out of 4 of us have lied on the internet about our age to go on websites we shouldn't have when we were younger.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean,
No, I never have. I literally have never done that.
Wow, okay, I was wrong.
Zach, either you are bull-faced lying, or if you're telling the truth, goddamn, sir, you are too damn white.
I told you last podcast, like I literally never went on the internet except for like research until I was a senior in high school.
You know,
You
you're right. You did say that. So wow.
I'm
Okay,
literally
you
not
didn't.
even
You
lying.
didn't.
I've
Well, okay,
never
you didn't
accessed
have
the
to
internet.
lie then. Yeah. I lied for
Yes.
YouTube. I lied for YouTube because I just didn't. It's just like why am I getting the safe search? I don't want the safe search. I mean, I know I lied on YouTube a long time ago with my first account, and then. So yeah, it's just I've lied before on that one, and I was like a 17 or 16, so wasn't too much off. And again, I live in the middle of the fucking country. I knew about that shit since I was 10, at least.
I always laugh when it comes up on websites like, "Are you over 18?" Like, yes, I am.
Yes,
Totally.
because all you need to do is just go back exactly that date from the day today and go back 18 years, and boom, you're done.
Yep. All the free porn.
It ain't. Some of it's free, some of it ain't free.
Depends.
I love it went from existential to porn.
Hey, that's real life.
New title.
Real
Tried
life.
to mix
New
them
title.
together.
Existential porn.
I have a confession to make.
Oh.
I
I'm
never,
listening.
I literally never, kind of jerked it until I was 16. I already had sex at that point. So I literally,
So you never jerked it before you had sex?
yeah, that was the first time I've ever like ejaculated was from sex, and that was when I was 15.
You, sir, are a legend. I have yet to have sex, and I'm 24 years old.
No, oh yeah, you told me that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I'm still a virgin, and I will freely admit it. I've never had sex. I've fooled around. I think I've said this on podcasts before. I've fooled around. Don't get me wrong. I just have never gone all the way. Like I don't know
Each time
why.
you got them close, you had whiskey dick.
That one, yeah, that one time I did have whiskey dick, but and then she bit me on the shoulder and kind of took me out of the mood real quick.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't like biting?
Not, dude. She literally clamped down and fucking
ouch, yeah.
left bite marks on my shoulder.
Well, I have to say that I am also a virgin. Bert, what about you? Oh, yes.
Yeah. I'm a virgin.
So 3 out of 4 people are virgins. People, don't be a virgin. Have sex. Safe sex. I'm not actually condoning that. I mean, if it's gonna happen, at least stay
Go
safe,
masturbate.
people.
It's safer.
Jesus Christ. No, then God looks down on you and curses you, supposedly. Never got
I don't
that
think there's
story.
anything in the Bible that says that.
There's not, but again, it's just one of those where I always found that passage that people said like the masturbation is forbidden. But it's like, really? Then why did he create us the need to do it?
I think that stems from the Catholic thing about them not wanting to waste it or something. They feel like they really like to save.
Right, but the thing about it is if you don't recycle that shit, that's when you get problems. Like one thing you can get is like less production, number one, but number two, your sperm might not be that good, because it's been sitting there for a while. Some people are different. Some people got a jacket all day.
Lazy.
Yeah. Some people got a jacket, once a day to keep it going. Other people can go months at a time before they gotta, let it out. I mean, everybody's different. And, it's not a bad thing. It's just everybody's different and everybody's got their own likes.
Yeah.
Misfits podcast where we talk about real life issues.
Existentialism, porn, what went on with our day. It just doesn't matter. We will talk about everything. Government,
And
how it's on fire.
and
random
the fact
cat
Australia
pictures
is a
that we
big
find.
Trapdoor spider.
Yeah, and little spiders and animals. Mostly the one thing it is in common it seems to be animals. It's usually pigs, but that's just because of my work.
Sure.
Yeah.
There's
Pigs
a
are
cat
cute.
outside. It's adorable.
Well, they are cute until they grow up into 600-pound monsters that want to, not move and want to hurt your legs.
Yeah, that's fair.
And those are the small ones.
And then they become communists, and you can't tell them apart from the men.
Say what?
Well,
Where are
got
you
that
going with
reference?
that, Finn?
Who
Tell me
got
the
that
backstory behind
reference?
that, because that just came off really bad.
Did you understand what I said, or did you not?
Oh, I heard what you said. I'm trying to get the context behind it.
I just wonder if I meant it was a reference to a book,
Okay, what book?
Animal Farm.
Oh, okay. I didn't have to read Animal Farm in high school, so I didn't know that one. So now it makes sense. Because the way you said it without the context, like it's it's from this book here, that sounded really bad, man.
Yeah, I'm just
Well,
like,
I said,
wow.
and then they became communists, and you couldn't tell them apart from the men.
Yes, but again, I didn't understand that it was from a book, Animal Farm, where it's basically about talking animals that do social things too, like humans, basically.
Basically, it's about these animals who take over the farm. It's basically a commentary on communism and how it starts out good. Eventually, some people will rise to the top, become corrupt, and just be like, and basically just break the system.
Right,
and abuse it for their own power.
Right, and I'm gonna guess the pigs own that system, is what you're getting at.
Yeah, the pigs were the leaders.
Got it. Okay, that makes sense now.
And then, at the end of the book, they're walking on two legs, wearing clothes, drinking, and basically making deals with the humans.
Wow,
that's... So in the end, they couldn't tell the difference between the pigs and the men.
Wow. talk about free fandom.
So,
You should read it.
Apparently,
you work on a farm, so
yeah.
I'm sure
the day the pigs take over, I'm in trouble because there's 4,000 of them and only 18 of us. We're in trouble no matter which way you look at it.
well, I mean, if you got guns.
We're on a farm. Why would we have guns? We don't want to kill them.
To shoot shit. To shoot the coyotes and stuff.
We're indoors. We don't need to shoot coyotes.
Okay, then.
To shoot the ghost coyotes that come through the walls.
I'm honestly surprised I ever heard that from an American.
What?
We're on a farm. Why would we need guns? I've never heard that.
That is like an oxymoron.
The farm I work at is an actual business. We are there to make money. This is not a family. Well, technically it is a family farm, but it's part of a family conglomerate farm. There's multiple farms. I'm not working on like some small operation here. I'm working on a grand scale of like 16,000 pigs, that produce babies, every day. Farm kind of deal, and it's spread out over a certain amount of areas. I just work on one of those farms. We don't necessarily need guns because we are indoors, in open pen stalls kind of deal, taking care of the animals. So we don't want to kill them. If we have to kill them, we're in trouble, because that means we didn't do our job right. I'm not, and we do have what's considered a gun. It's called a captive bolt. And those are for, rare emergencies when we need it.
So euthanasia, right?
It is the approved FDA version of euthanasia for on-farm sites that is easy to administer, obviously, and doesn't require that much training, in all honesty. But I have also seen a guy put one of the captive bolts through his fucking hand.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
yeah.
crap.
And we're talking a steel bolt about an inch long.
Oh.
Or wide. Inch wide, I'm sorry, inch wide.
It's like a pneumatic power driver that drives the bolt.
No, it's
skull, right?
Basically it's a was it a 22 or a 9? It's either 22 a 22 rifle or a 9mm casing filled just with gunpowder. There's no bullet in there. It goes in the top of a chamber on top of a steel rod, basically inside of a barrel, and the rod will go down only a certain amount, and then a spring basically pulls it back up once it hits the bottom.
Jeez.
The silence is deafening.
Talking about shooting pigs with bolts and
Yeah,
we gotta go kill heretics.
I mean, you got a gun, so that.
Well, I mean, I own guns, yes, but those are for hunting, and I eat what I hunt. I have said this numerous times. I don't like to waste any part of the animal. Like, go back and watch my, if you want to, go back and watch my, what do you call it, solo play on, what is that? What's that fucking game? Hunter Call of the Wild, I think it was. Yeah, the Hunter Call of the Wild, the second one. That I even state right there, it's like I hunt, don't get me wrong, I own guns and I hunt and I eat what I hunt. The worst day, a lot of the bad days I have on a farm, I have to euthanize a pig because it's like we cannot sell it to anything. What do you call it? We can't sell it to something or anything like that, and it's a waste, and I hate it.
Yeah.
And it's always sad because it's like, I don't want to do this. I really don't. But I'm trained on it and know what I'm doing, and I'm one of the best shots there. when we have to do it, I'm always the one that does it because I know what I'm doing and I know what to do. And it just, some days it's easier than others, but, you know, it's never easy.
I mean, you don't have to completely waste it. Can't you, like, convert it into, like, some type of compost or fertilizer for crops?
You are correct, yes. We don't necessarily waste it. They go out to be composted. Same thing with, like, all the afterbirth and everything. We go put it out in a composter and let it sit for a number of months and then spread it over the fields for nutrients. So it's not going to waste per se. It's just, like, we can't necessarily feed, you know, starving people out there with that carcass, and it just always infuriates me. You know, but it's sorry, go ahead.
There's some stupid law that says you can't, right?
Right, but it's a stupid law that keeps people safe from, like, infections and diseases.
Ah, yeah, true.
So, I mean, I gotta follow that. I mean, it's the rule. We're back to the Downer podcast at this point. We're doing real good.
Oh my god, we were up and we were
So
down.
back to hentai and tits, right? That's where we want to go back with this.
Yeah,
We
tentacles.
could if we really wanted to.
No.
All right.
I
Well,
mean,
here's a question for you guys, if you want to go down that path. What
sure.
would
Let us end the podcast with this. What is your question, Bert?
All right. So, we all know that people have interesting fetishes of sorts. What would you say is the most common one in your country?
Oh, thank God. I thought that was the most dangerous question.
Yeah. Well, here in our country, well, with the 50 Shades of Grey movie, I'd definitely probably say bondage is an easy one to go with.
BDSM
is
is
pretty big.
probably.
True,
Yeah.
that's true.
I would say America probably BDSM is like the most common fetish out there. You know.
Wait. I know what it is. I know what the most common fetish in America is. Fucking furries.
I mean, that's another one.
Yeah, that's a big one.
To all you furries, I do not hate you.
They're people. They got their
I
own.
was doing a joke about how you always say it. Ignore me. But yeah, I was saying
Oh,
furries, that's a
that we
very
get
common one.
that we got called out for being furries on the Armello videos.
Yeah, I am not a furry. I like to get that out there right now.
Fair enough.
So.
I am a xenophiliac. I would if it's vaguely, I'm basically Captain Kirk. If it's vaguely feminine enough for me to find it attractive, I will probably find it attractive.
So.
Whoa. That was a bigger word than I thought was gonna come out of your mouth.
Oh my God, I'm dying right now. Jesus Christ, my voice.
I am Captain Kirk. If it's an alien and it's hot, I will probably find it attractive.
Please, dear God, Fen, type that word out for me in the chat. I have to put that as a title. I'm a xenophiliac.
I'm not that big into it. I will slowly look at that.
Oh, that is beautiful.
Yeah.
That is one way
that
to
is
end
a
a podcast.
beautiful way. That is a beautiful thing.
I feel like I'm not actually like 100% like that. I was making a joke, but yeah, I don't really care about. I mean, I
true.
can look at like furry art and say, okay, that's attractive. I can look at it because I'm not really don't really identify as a furry because you know it's drawn to be attractive to a human.
Yes, it's basically throwing animal characteristics on a human body, and you know, no matter what, the way you look at it, humans always have a fascination for animals. I mean, we keep them as pets, we keep them around. I mean, if you say, you know, there's a dog hurt, you'll have 10 people run over there. If you, unless you know, compared to if you say, oh, there's a guy over there with a broken leg, you know,
That's true.
you'll have the 10 people run the other way before they'll help that person.
Exactly.
It for some reason humans have that, and then you know, growing up and stuff like that, you can also say that just the cartoons we were raised on also help with that. I mean, it's also nature versus nurture per se.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it.
Yeah, that's why I say I don't identify as a furry because I.
No, you are a xenophiliac.
Yeah,
that's a fucking great word.
If it's vaguely designed to be humanoid and attractive in some way,
you're gonna jack off to it.
I'll lift it.
I will be able to find
I'll give it a thumbs up, right?
Yeah, it's
no,
you're telling me that alien lizard woman has boobs and great hips?
Great hips and a vagina? I'm all there. Even though she's gonna eat my dick away with her acid vagina.
Oh, that's an image.
That's a
somebody's
xenomorph,
fetish.
man.
That is somebody's fetish.
Oh,
And
Oh,
you
I
know what?
it's
If that's their
someone's
fetish,
I have a friend
that
who
is
has
all
that
fine
sort
with
of
them.
fetish.
Hmm?
I know people who have that sort of fetish, and it scares me.
Which fetish? I'm sorry.
Like the idea of dissolving,
True.
acid, stuff like that. It's just, oh. Like,
Yeah,
I can
that one's kind of
understand-
weird. That one's kind of weird. But you know what? Again, if
Yeah.
that's what they want, you know,
I
if
can
that's
understand the softer version of it, but the pain of actual acid. Oh.
you know, again, it's Jesus Christ. Okay, so
Oh my
Fen basically
God.
gave us a bad version of like an MS Paint alien with a fucking bikini and thong on.
use that as a thumbnail image.
She'll be driving the truck. Yeah, I will make this part of the image.
Oh wait, didn't you have like an ad thing that you're meant to add in?
Nope. I've started doing something different with Bubba. Basically, if something happens on screen, he interrupts the podcast to do something like the last podcast, which came up today. Spoilers for you folks. We record it, you know, a week after or a week before the actual podcast comes out. Spoilers and behind the scenes. I know, ain't it weird? I'd love to do this live one day, but we just don't have the time or resources necessarily. You know what I mean?
Indeed.
Twitch stream it.
Well, we could, yeah. I mean, but what are we gonna show?
We'd
I
have to
mean,
be on our best behavior.
oh fuck that. Who cares? I mean, I've seen what people post on YouTube. The words they get away with there, we have come nowhere near close. Other than that one time I had to bleep something out because that was just.
Oh God, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, well, but we're not gonna go there. We're gonna stick with the the xenomorphin fucking bikini here. It just
You wouldn't
it's
believe
just.
your eyes.
Oh, I can believe it. It's fucking MSN Paint.
Yeah.
Why is it
clickbait.
MSN? It's MS Paint.
MSN Paint. Yeah.
MSN.
I'm not that drunk. I swear to God.
I beg to differ.
I'm not. I've had one beer. But anyway,
Knowing you think that one is like 11.
funny. I'm not that drunk. All right. Anyway, it just no. I just if a person's got a fetish, as long as it's not actually physically hurting somebody in real life, either by negative comments, number one, actual physical violence, that is not consensual and is not safe per se, obviously going into some things, it's just like, you be you, boo. You like what you like, have fun. I like what I like, go have fun with what you like.
You are the product of your existence. You do what you like, except unless what you like is to kill people and eat the corpses. Think that do that.
That's just cannibalism at that point.
Yeah, and even
some
then,
people
you'd be
get
like,
off to that.
keep
I mean,
it as a fantasy.
I mean, if it's on the internet or if it's in real life, somebody's gonna jack off to it.
Pretty much.
Cat is fine too.
Yeah.
Rule 34.
Rule 34. If there's porn of it, or if it's on the internet, there's porn of it. And with that closing statement, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's where we're gonna end the podcast, don't you guys?
Yep.
Yeah.
I think we're there. We
all love you.
we have finished. We've climaxed. We've finished. We've had a great time.
We've climaxed.
Time to enjoy the afterglow.
Yes. Gotta enjoy the post product. So, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching. And as always, enjoy the show.
Them boys ain't right. Like, seriously. The fuck? Anyway, get the fuck out of my truck.